All right, today we're cracking open the playbook, the one that separates the market leaders from the forgotten failures. Think of this as your 5-minute MBA masterclass in strategy, where we're going to decode the frameworks that literally build empires.
I mean, have you ever really stopped to wonder about that? Why do some companies like Apple just seem to dominate decade after decade, while others that were once giants like Nokia or Blockbuster just vanish? What is their secret sauce?
Well, I can tell you what it's not. It's not luck, and it's not magic. It's a clear, deliberate, and powerful set of choices. It's called strategy, and we are about to break down exactly how the pros do it right here, right now.
Okay, so first things first. The word strategy gets tossed around all the time, right? It's become this corporate buzzword. So let's cut through all that noise and get a rock-solid definition of what it actually means. Okay, so listen up, because two phrases in here are absolutely key. First, integrated choices. This means that everything you do has to work together, like gears in a machine. Your marketing, your operations, your R&D, it all has to sing from the same sheet. And second, sustainable advantage. We're not talking about a quick win. We're talking about building a deep, wide moat around your business that competitors just can't cross. But here's the thing, strategy isn't just some dusty plan that gets handed down from the corner office. The great Henry Mintzberg showed us that real strategy is a mix. You've got your deliberate plan, sure, but then reality hits. And that's where emergent strategy comes in. Think about Netflix. Their deliberate strategy was mailing DVDs. The emergent strategy, born from new tech, was streaming. The best companies, they master this dance between their plan and the real world. All right, so we know what strategy is. Now, how do you actually build one? Well, any great strategy starts with a great diagnosis. You can't just jump into the game. You got to understand the battlefield first, and you have to know what pieces you're playing with. And that diagnosis, it's really a two-part mission. First, you've got to look outward at the world you're playing in. Who are your competitors? What's happening in the market? But, and this is just as crucial, you also have to look in the mirror. You got to take a brutally honest look at the weapons you have in your arsenal, your own unique strengths and weaknesses. Now, for that external view, a classic tool you'll see everywhere is PESTEL. Just think of it like your strategic radar, scanning the big picture for these huge forces that you can't control, but you absolutely have to understand. You're asking questions like, are there any political changes coming? What's the economy doing to our customers? Is a new technology about to change everything? This helps you figure out just how tough the world you're competing in is going to be. Okay, so that's the outside world. Now let's turn inward with a framework called VRIO. This right here is how you find your superpowers. For any resource you have, a brand, a patent, a killer team, to be a real advantage, it has to pass 4 tests. Is it valuable? Is it rare? Is it hard to imitate? And this is the kicker, are you actually organized as a company to take full advantage of it? And this table, man, this just lays it all out perfectly. It shows you why every single letter in VRIO is non-negotiable. So check this out. If what you have isn't even valuable, forget it, you're at a disadvantage. If it's valuable but not rare, well, you're just like everyone else. Add in rarity and hey, now you've got a temporary edge, but someone can still copy you. It's only when you hit that bottom row, valuable, rare, inimitable, and you're organized to use it, that you hit the jackpot. That's the holy grail, a sustained competitive advantage. All right, diagnosis is done, you know the battlefield, and you know what you're working with. Now comes the moment of truth, the biggest decision of all. How are you actually going to compete and win? This is where you place your bet. And the legendary Michael Porter gave us this incredible framework for that choice. Are you going to win on price, like Walmart does, by being the most efficient machine out there? Or are you going to win by being completely unique and special, like Apple, where people line up to pay a premium? But here's the absolute key. You have to pick a lane. You have to choose. Trying to be the cheapest and the best is the danger zone. That's being stuck in the middle, and it's a recipe for disaster. But what if you don't want to fight at all? This slide shows 2 totally different ways to think about competition. The red ocean, think of that as a shark tank. Everyone's fighting over the same customers, and it gets bloody. But the blue ocean, that's about finding wide open water where you're the only one swimming. Think about Cirque du Soleil. They didn't try to make a better circus, they created a whole new kind of entertainment and made the competition irrelevant. So you're probably asking, okay, how do I find this magical blue ocean? Well, it's not magic. This framework here gives you 4 very specific levers to pull. It forces you to ask, what can we completely eliminate that our industry takes for granted? What can we reduce way below the standard? What should we raise to a whole new level? And finally, what can we create that's never been offered before? It's a powerful way to rethink everything. Okay, so you've got a plan for winning today. Awesome. But strategy never sleeps, right? You got to be thinking about tomorrow. You got to be thinking about growth. So where do you go from here? And for that, the Ansoff Matrix is like our GPS for growth. It's super simple but incredibly powerful. It shows you there are basically 4 ways to grow. You can sell more of your current stuff to your current customers. You can find new markets for what you already sell. You can create new products for the people who already love you. Or the big one, the riskiest of them all, you can diversify into brand new territory. Every growth story you know fits in one of these boxes. All right, let's start to bring this home with one last, absolutely critical idea. Strategy is not a set it and forget it kind of deal. Not anymore. In today's world, it has to be alive, it has to be breathing, and it has to be constantly fueled by innovation. The famous economist Joseph Schumpeter put it best with this idea of creative destruction. Basically, capitalism is always in motion, destroying old ways of doing things to make way for the new. So innovation isn't some optional side project. It's the very engine of the market. You're either driving it or you're going to get run over by it. So what does that look like in the real world? How do you make innovation part of your DNA? Well, the company 3M has this amazing rule. 30% of their revenue has to come from products that didn't even exist 4 years ago. Think about that. That's not just a goal, it's a system that forces the entire company to constantly look to the future. And this all leads to what might be the toughest balancing act in business today. On one hand, you have to exploit. You got to run your current business like a well-oiled machine, focusing on efficiency and making it as profitable as possible. That's what pays the bills. But on the other hand, you have to explore. You got to be searching for what's next, experimenting and innovating. That's what ensures you even have a business tomorrow. Mastering this is everything. So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with one big question to chew on. In a world of AI, of constant, unbelievable change, the old 5-year plan is basically dead. So the real question for you is this: is your strategy built to last, or is it built to adapt? Think about it.